Okay, Chavra, let's learn. Sefer Pituchei Chotam from Rabi Yakov Avichatzera. Pרשת בשלח Shabbos Shira. What a Shabbos in New York. This week has been from Beit to Beshalach. This week, the last week in January is Yeshiva week, as it's called. So I decided to join and be a little casual for this evening. In my sweater. Okay, so here we go. It's something we say every day during davening. We talk about Oz Yashir. We talk about the splitting of the sea. We talk about Kriyas Yamsuf, Oz Yashir. Vayesh Hashem b'yemahu es Yisrael mi'ad Mitzrayim. So it was on that day Hashem saved the Jews from Mitzrayim. Was it really that day? That day? I thought they went out of Egypt a week ago. Vayay Yisrael Mitzrayim Esas Hasiyam, and the Yidden see Mitzrayim dead on the edge of the sea. And now the Jews see Hashem's great hand. And there was a fear, an awe that gripped the people. They believed in Hashem and in His servant Moshe. And then they sang a song to Hashem, and they said, Ashir Hashem ki goyga sus v'reichvay rava vaya. If you notice, I'll go back for a minute here. If you notice, there was a reference there to Yad Mitzrayim. When the Jews were in Mitzrayim, it's referred to as being in the hand of Mitzrayim. Whose hand is that? The hand of Mitzrayim. That's being under the influence. You're under the hand of Mitzrayim. You're under the influence of the Sitra Achra, the other side. You're under his domain, his yad. He got a handle on you. That's yad Mitzrayim. And through the Makkos and through the Yitzias Mitzrayim and the splitting of the sea, the Jews experience leaving the hand of Mitzrayim and entering into the hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We find reference to this hand when Yisro is talking to Moshe, and he says, look at all the great things Hashem did. Asher itzil miyad Mitzrayim. He saved the Jews from the hand of Mitzrayim. And on Rosh Chodesh, we make mention of Teshuas Nafshem miyad Sinai. Who is the Sinai that we are referring to? The hand of the Sinai is the Yetzer Hara. And on Yom Tovim we say, Mipnei Hayod Shenishtalcha b'mikdashecha, that the Chorban Golus that we are in now is Mipnei Hayod. It's because of the hand of the Sitra Achra that's been sent into the Beis Hamikdash. That's the Yad Sinai, the Yad Mitzrayim. So Vayosha Hashem B'yemahu, Davka on that day, when the Jews actually saw the Egyptians sunk and dead. Dafka. It wasn't enough the Makkos, and it wasn't enough the Yitzias Mitzrayim. They had to experience that. Vayosh Hashem v'yemahu es Yisrael miyad Mitzrayim. That's when the Jews actually felt that they were taken out of the handle, the Yad Mitzrayim. Now, we've mentioned in the past that there's an angel who works for the Sitra Achra, and he's called the Samach Mem. His name is Samael. He gets koyach from the Shem Hashem. All Malachim have the Shem Hashem, Aleph Lamed. Now Samael spelled out, the Gematria of Samael itself is 131. But B'milui, when you spell out the word, each letter of the word, that's called the Milui, the filling. So you get Samach Mem, Aleph and Lamed, gives you altogether 385. Mitzrayim, as we mentioned in the beginning of Pashas Shmos, Mitzrayim is the Gematria 385. So when the Jews see, when they experience on that day, they're taken out of Yad Mitzrayim. They're taken out of Yad Mitzrayim is a reference, Yad Mitzrayim, but Mitzrayim being taken out of Egypt is the Milui, that incredible handle that the Sitra Achra had on the Jewish people. And where do they see Mitzrayim Mace? Al Svas Hayam, Safa, meaning the edge, the shore. Safa is a Gematria 385. So they're seeing Samael, the Malach of the Samach Mem, of the Sitra Achra, which is coming from Mitzrayim, and they're seeing Al Safa on the edge. That is when they feel, finally, what are they going to experience? Vayar Yisrael as Hayod HaGedolah. Now the Jews see, we're no longer under the handle of Mitzrayim, under the handle of the Samach Mem, of the Sitra Achra. Now we've entered in the Yad HaGedolah. Now, Rabi Yakov mentions that there are actually 3 different terminologies. Yad, the 3 Yadais, I guess. We find through the ordeal. Ki biyad chazaka itziach Hashem Mitzrayim. End of the Parshas Bay. Ki biyad, it's a tefillin, is a rembes. Ki biyad chazaka. Through the strong hand that Kadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim. There's yad chazaka b'zroi netuya. But there's a yad chazaka, that's number 1. And that the yad chazaka refers to the Makkos that beat up the Egyptians. That was the yad chazaka. As the Yetzias Mitzrayim, when the Jews actually leave Egypt, they leave biyad Rama. V'nei Yisrael Yosef biyad Rama. And then there's, at this stage, is the 3rd Yad, when they experience the finale of the Mitzrayim. They're totally out of Yad Mitzrayim, and they enter in Vayar Yisrael Hayod HaGedolah. And now they have a shleimus of all 3 of these Yadis. Chesed and Gvura and Tiferes. The 3 of them, these 3 Yadis. So they left Mitzrayim, and now they're under the Yad HaGedolah, they're under the Yad Hashem. This brings us, when they finally have this experience of they're totally out of the Sitra Achra's handle, and now they're B'yad HaGedolah, and B'yad Chazako, B'yad Rama. Now, Az Yashem Moshe B'nai Yisrael, now the Jews are ready to sing, and they sing this song. Notice, says Rabi Yakov, who's singing the song? Moshe and the B'nai Yisrael. Moshe and Bnei Yisrael are Rashi Tevis, Mem Beis. 42, Mem Beis. Yad, 14, times 3 is 42. When, now that they have a shleimus, they have this completion, now they're Moshe Bnei Yisrael, now they're complete. They've reached a new darga. Now they're able to sing. Moshe Az Yashir Moshe Bnei Yisrael as Ashir Hazais. Now what do they sing? Listen to this one. They sing a shira. Shira has a milui, a full song. Okay, shira, the milui of shira. So now there are 2 ways to look at this. The word shira itself is the gematria 515. The milui of shira, that means if I just look at what the milui is without the first letter, just the milui, that's the filling itself. That means if I look at the shin, I just take the yud nun, and the yud is the vav dalet, and the resh is yud shin, and hey is hey. That gives me 385. So now the Klal Yisrael is out of the Yad Mitzrayim and the Samal, the Mili, the Samal, and the Safa. Now they get to sing Shira, the Mili of Shira, 385, which is also the Gematria of Shechina. So they're mamish flipping it around. Amazing that they're both equal. See, it's all the same. The forces are the same. It's a question of whether it's positive or negative. So we're taking that force and we're making it positive. We're turning it into Shira. So we're singing a song, and the Shira is about the Shechina. But what about the Shechina? Because now that we're elevating, when the Klal Yisrael is elevated, Moshe Bnei Yisrael become elevated. We're looking to connect Shechina, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's presence in this world, to Hashem, to Shem Havaya. So what do we sing? Az Yashem Moshe Ashira Hazais Lashem. We're looking to connect the Shira to Hashem. And that's our life. To be able to take what we find, flip it around, and then to bring it back to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Whatever we're struggling, whatever we're going through, we want to be able to find a way to take that struggle, to flip it around, to find from Mitzrayim to Shechina, from Samal to Shira, and then to connect it back to Kadosh Baruch Hu, to change the Shira, to bring that Shira to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Have a wonderful Shabbos.